Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Are you doing like an end of the world freak out
full
type of
prepper
thing?
mode at this point.
Are you thinking?
I'm
you
like,
know,
we have to get in.
Putin's finally done it.
My dad said, I'm sure he's not going to care for this.
No.
He said, "Los Rusos." As soon as
the Russians. The Russians. I think I caught my wife at a moment. I said, you know, that toast, was that okay? I mean, I don't think I embarrassed anybody. Was that okay? She said, yeah. I said, what's wrong? You said, well, it would have gone over better if you had done it when you were sober.
You have to have china from one of your weddings.
Yeah, we.
The occasional cup and saucer? Nothing?
I don't think we did the traditional gifts.
No?
Maybe way back at the first one. I should have known because a family member, I forgot which one it was, got us a set of replica china, the same one that was used on the Titanic. And I thought that was apropos. But anyway, thank you, Oscar. Glad I could bring you a little joy. First thing on a Monday morning.
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now.
The TMOS fruitcake has returned, but only for a limited time. Order yours today at MikeO'MaraShow.com. The same great taste you remember at the same price as last Christmas. Get yours while you still can. Delicious, festive, and every purchase supports TMOS. It's fruitcake time, but only if you order right now. MikeO'MaraShow.com. This is a limited time offer.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C., around the world, you're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome to the party. Although many of you are just come off a bunch of parties.
Yes.
And please join us, along with our friends in great places like Old Orchard Beach, Maine, Round Rock, Texas, Perth, Australia, Leeds, West Yorkshire in England. Hello, Mommy. Manama, Bahrain, and Schleswig-Holstein, Germany. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving weekend, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your time with the family, if you got a chance to. For those of you that were alone, I hope you managed to have a good time. And for everybody, happy post-Thanksgiving. We're glad to be here. You know, I count myself lucky. I count myself blessed. I count myself very fortunate with recent things that have happened down here. With the hurricanes and, making it through the pandemic on the other side. I count myself very fortunate. So I am aware, if any of you listening to me right now consider my little bitches, my little problems to be of any significance whatsoever. All right? I get that. With that said, let me begin.
That was a good
Next Thanksgiving, I have requested everybody return because we have great guests. We have our neighbors, John and Nancy down the street, who are joined by my daughter and her boyfriend, my other daughter and her boyfriend, and Carla's mom. And it is a perfect size. It is a perfect group. Everybody seems to have culinary skills, and it turns out to be a wonderful Thanksgiving. However, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a big deal. So last year, right before the Thanksgiving holiday, my wife went to either a Dollar Tree or a dollar store, and she thought that it would be wonderful and cute to purchase what are really like plastic snack trays. And she made a big deal about these round plastic trays with dividers.
I remember this. Yeah, it was trendy. It was trendy last year to get divided plates so that your food doesn't touch if you don't want your food to touch.
That phobia of food touching that's out there.
Don't touch
for
a
those
phobia.
People, I didn't even process that. I thought it was just at the time, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was kind of a cool thing.
Portion
I thought
control.
It was kind of neat. I thought it was a decent thing to do. So she did. I didn't really complain about it because it didn't process that much last year. It was kind of fun.
Yes.
And this year, two things happened. Two things happened that I'm going to veto for next year if we're blessed enough to have everybody under our roof, which I just think is ducky. Love it. Love it. Favorite holiday of the year, bar none. It's all downhill after this. All right. I'll see you next November.
Better than Arbor Day?
Better than Arbor Day, and you know how I love that.
You do love Arbor Day. You're
Tree
out there
planted every year. Oh, good news for that, too. My little world.
What?
A very special. I don't want to digress.
Okay, sorry.
I want to stay on the prize.
Okay, eye on the prize, Mike.
So this year, Carla goes out to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, dollar
Family
whatever,
Dollar.
Family Dollar, plastic plates, and she decides that she's going to double down. Although I don't like that term; it's overused. But technically, it's the second year she's found new plates with dividers. So doing it a second year. Nobody really bitched about it, but I consider it, in my mind, I bitched about it. Wasn't vocal about it, but in my mind it was. So I'm going to call it doubling down. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Did she need more plates because you had a bigger crowd this year, or was she just freshening up?
She was very excited. She found these plates.
Okay. Oh, you have one to show us.
I have show and tell.
I think that's great.
So this year...
Oh my goodness!
These were, look at the size of them.
It almost looks like a flower.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is gorgeous.
And are those plates you're supposed to eat out of?
Or don't know.
I mean, those are serving dishes.
Yeah, it's probably 16 to 18
we had that
inches
discussion
in diameter.
last year. They were repurposed.
It's like peanuts
for Thanksgiving dinner. And you'll notice the center used by people perhaps for the gravy, stuffing.
Yeah, there are
turkey,
6 compartments around the side that are the petals of the flower.
I mean,
and then the center of the flower is a circle.
How are you supposed to eat off of that for like a real meal?
Well,
you eat real good.
The second thing that was done,
I don't think it's worked well.
Was she suggested once my daughter's gorgeous turkey came out of the oven.
By the way, Mike, it looked like something out of Bon Appetit. It was a showplace turkey.
Very, very good.
Yes.
Not if you're looking for the crispy crisp skin. Not going to happen because it's glazed, so it's kind of a soft skin.
Yeah.
But that's all right. It was fabulous. I mean, when you taste that turkey meat and it's infused with flavor, just ducky. Happy. So Carla says what we'll do is we will eat buffet style, or as my mom, God rest her soul, used to call it, buffet. We're having a buffet.
Buffet.
Yes. Don't know whether it's having a French-Canadian father, my grandfather, or what it is, but she called it buffet.
Like
so
Phoebe buffet. Yes.
So it's off to, and we don't have space. We're space challenged. We don't have a dining room table that can accommodate more than really 6 people.
And you had 10, right?
We had 9, 8 or 9.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't count.
Okay.
So we might have had some strays come in. Not sure.
Too many people for a table.
It was buffet style, and so we all get these, and we venture out. Now, the difference between last year's and this year's was a firmness.
That's firm?
You'll know. No, that is not.
That's very pliable.
My point is.
Oh, no.
My point is that this year's were flimsier than last
Mike,
year's.
it almost appears to be rubber instead of plastic.
I'm a little flower. I'm a little flower.
What
and
happened?
So anyway, this is really not for the listeners or you guys or anything. This is from me to my wife. Don't put these fucking plates out again next year. I took it over to my Barca Lounger.
Yes. Oh no.
With the permanent dent of me in it.
Yes.
Because as Carla likes to point out, you're sedentary. Yeah, I am. With the back injury, I've been a little sedentary.
Yeah.
Haven't moved
You're
as
healing.
much as I did.
You're healing, Mike.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, these suck. And then I look across at our friend Nancy, sweet, wonderful, petite Nancy, who's literally looking like she's out of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Doing an aerobatic act.
You got heavy foods.
You got heavy foods. You got turkey,
and you got to balance.
You're not going to get the balance.
And you got to balance. So I'm thinking I'll hold it in the center. All right.
Yeah, and people should know, Mike, that is probably 18 inches in diameter.
Well,
and it's plastic.
Yeah.
There it is next to my head.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a big one.
So this
For
is,
those of you that had older cars when you were a kid, like I did, and used to buy hubcaps for it to make it look cooler at Track Auto.
Yes,
that's how big they are.
I will show
28
you.
trims.
Say
Classic.
this is a large portion of turkey.
Okay.
All right, that you want to put in one of the containers. All right.
Oh no!
It's going to
There
fall.
you go. I didn't even try to do that. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just
There's
know
no
it would do it.
rigidity, Mike.
Yeah. No, it's not turgid.
No, it relaxed
And-
turgidity.
And just watching everybody, I wasn't the only one. I'm holding it right on the bottom, right on this thing, trying to balance the
Well,
thing.
you had a good
And-
strategy of anchoring through the middle, and then,
Right.
but also there are 6 compartments. If you don't have 6 different sides
You're
or
double
food,
up.
you're gonna
Equally weighted.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes a science project.
Let me ask you, Mike.
Mike just
Yes.
threw it aside.
Be fair here.
Yeah,
I know.
Buffet.
I always am.
I know that Carla traditionally she executes at a high level. Did you cap some sort of budget on these plates?
No.
And she was like,
No,
well,
this is not a financial thing.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, next year, I have informed her that during the course of 2022/23,
Yeah.
I will gratefully, if the price can be found that is a bargain price,
reasonable.
Yeah.
I will pop for the dining room table with the leaves in it.
Ah.
Right? The one
yes.
that you repurpose when it's not normal.
Doesn't fix
and
the
it go-
plate situation.
It
does
does
not?
It does.
No, it doesn't. You still have to travel from a place with the plate, and you have
No,
lots
no.
of
No,
spillage.
because you
plate-
don't need
the plate's gone. No, the
don't need
plate's
to
gone.
use the divided plate anymore.
No, I don't care.
do you think-
the divided plate is made out of white plastic?
Yeah.
It looks like something you get in a kindergarten
It screams
class.
molasses.
I
It
looked
screams
across.
cancer. I'm sure
our
that it's
friends.
not healthy.
Okay, I didn't know you were going to bring the big casino into it, but fine. And I look across at everybody kind of doing the balancing act, and I was embarrassed.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
It's mortifying.
I was embarrassed. It's
Bet you
Thanksgiving.
Howard Stern doesn't have those type of plates.
Thank you. That's okay. Oscar knows right before the show, I was complaining about Howard Stern getting all that beautiful
Beth-
press.
I was
for
wondering,
the,
Bruce, what kind of plate
for
you
Bruce
use for
Springsteen.
dinner.
Howard Stern, HBO special, Mike O'Mara, 800 people that listen to me imitating him on the Butterball turkey. That's my life. Stand by it. No regrets. Happy life. Whatever.
What did Carla say?
You're
Did you
so
keep it in your pants,
friggin'
or
cruel.
did you just like,
You're
hey, I'll just talk about it on the show?
No. I said I'll talk about it on the show. Okay. Nothing was said
That's
prior to
sweet
this,
of you.
other than maybe last night and this morning saying, do you have one of those plates?
Do you want one of those flimsy
She
pieces
doesn't
of
care.
ass?
She left that plate right on my chair. I came into the studio. I'd forgotten about it. She had the plate right on my chair, which was my opening.
Called your bluff.
Which was fantastic.
Last year's
That's
plate
why I love her.
was
so much.
last year's plate. It was more rigid. Was it smaller?
Yeah. It was smaller and
Yeah.
more rigid.
Yeah, that might
Like
have been
me.
your plate.
So the magic mushroom, as I'm known in certain. Oh, you want it ta-da? Yeah. Hey, here comes Mike O'Mara, ladies and gentlemen, WWE's magic mushroom.
He always loses his wrestling matches. He's a heel.
So that was the first problem.
Did
but
anyone excel with the use of the large plate, or was
not that
everybody
I
challenged?
wasn't
No.
digging in. I'm not paying attention
Yeah.
to that. I glanced at Nancy, who appeared to be balancing on her knees.
Yeah, no.
And then I dug in. Anyway,
You had
And
gravy
I
in the
didn't,
center channel?
I didn't know. I didn't have gravy in the center channel because I don't dip turkey.
Okay.
I don't think it's a dippable. I think it's a pour overable.
I agree.
Which is another. So next year, what I wanted, and I said this, I articulated this to her. I said, next year, since we're having a gang over here, I would love the formal Thanksgiving dinner where everybody's sitting at a table. I think that's the only way to do it. Buffet style, everybody's sitting around the TV, watching the end of the Lions game. Not my bag. Didn't care for it. Didn't want it. So anyway, next year, I think also I would like to have decent plates.
Yeah.
To put out real plates.
Don't you?
Not
You have
expensive.
to have china from one of your weddings.
Yeah, we have no.
The occasional cup and saucer? Nothing?
I don't think we did the traditional gifts.
No?
Maybe way back at the first one. But those
I'm
were,
sure those
you know.
went by the wayside.
Oh, that's right. You know what? As a matter of fact, I should have known because a family member, I forgot which one it was, got us a set of replica china, the same one that was used on the Titanic. And I thought that was apropos. But anyway, thank you, Oscar. Glad I could bring you a little joy. First thing on a Monday morning. There you go. Monday morning, Oscar. There we go.
That's how they named the first marriage the Iceberg Couple.
All right. The second one, and I want to emphasize to the mobbers out there that this is meant with love. But this following segment, which I plan to name now every time it comes up, will be known as Rob O' Rob.
Oh.
Rob O' Rob. Rob O' Rob, what were you thinking when you recommended that movie? How could you recommend something?
You didn't
that
like
was
it at
that-
all?
I didn't. I will tell you.
And now
I
you're
didn't
obviously
like
talking about A Christmas Story Christmas.
A Christmas Story Christmas. I didn't like one frame of it.
Wow.
It was awful. It was awful from start to finish. It was jive. It was forced. It had absolutely none of the magic. You can't have a movie that is that iconic and then just do that hack thing because it'll be hack. And this checked all the boxes of being hack. I can't even tell you because halfway, 3/4 the way through, I was out. And then, of course, the tear-jerking moment, the cheap tear-jerking moment.
It got me. It got me.
Oh, God. You know what? I don't know. I think when it comes to pop culture.
Could it possibly be the mood you were in?
Yeah, you're not in the spirit.
When you took the movie in.
No, it was before Thanksgiving. My kids were all under the same roof. I gathered everybody around to watch this. We'd had a couple of glasses of wine. We're all dug in.
Go.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
that would work in his favor. Actually,
By the
he would
way,
turn in the middle of the movie.
You know what? We'll get to. Okay, we're gonna. You know what? I'm sorry because then I will add my third thing, and then we will. Oscar was involved in a blackout that is a very special story that is coming up in our second segment today.
Global
and
incident.
I will push the news back because I want to hear about this. But I have to say that. So we'll get to the drunken part, which there was.
But Mike, let me say about the movie.
Let him get to it.
You're right. Rob, you're getting too jive in your old age, I think. I don't know if you've ever not liked showbizy, nostalgia-y stuff, and it doesn't have to be good.
I have.
It can be Jerry in a theater in a wheelchair, or as long as it's pop culture, you drink it up.
No, I was ready to dislike this movie. I thought it would be a disaster, and the first 10 minutes I thought it had every chance of becoming a disaster, but
that never stopped.
I disagree. I'm
going to give you two main factors.
All right, I'll take that
if that helps you at all. And by the way, I mean it's I think the critics were okay with it. I think the critics were okay. But critics are, I don't buy critics nearly as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. There are too many of them, and they're way out of line on a certain number of movies. There's too much good stuff out there. When you're watching back-to-back projects from Taylor Sheridan, that not only does his established Yellowstone just deliver for the audience, just feeds us exactly what we want, then he pops another one out there that watch the second episode of the Sly Stallone, which is just comedy, drama, danger, beautiful stuff, highly entertaining. That Paramount channel, I mean, it's a whole Sunday night of solid entertainment
so much
for
you
2
paid
hours
twice for it.
That's right.
I did not.
I'm sure the refund is on the way. I'm
Fix
sure
it
it is.
for me, please. Fix it. But this was just lazy and
well, I will say
jive.
this: it obviously doesn't have the magic of the original source material, which is the strength of the original film. However, I thought they did a good job of trying to recreate that mood and also sort of the familial bonds between the kids and the parents, and the fact that know what? What do you mean fake?
The whole thing. They looked like redesigned animatronic dummies. Ralphie looks like they'd be more appropriate casting him in the Jeffrey Dahmer story than it would be in a Christmas Story Christmas.
That'll be in the sequel when he becomes
Would you not? Do you not agree that he is
Ralphie's off-putting.
A little bit, but you can't blame him for getting older.
That's exactly how I would put it. Ralphie is off-putting.
Yeah.
But you can't blame a man just for aging. He's gotten older.
No, it's not. It's not. But he was it was a wonderful piece of Christmas lore. Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, around since 1964. You got the Christmas Story from the 1980s. Just wonderful.
Right.
Wonderful to watch. You can watch it. And then this comes along. And, I would tell you, the only guy I liked looking at, the two guys I liked looking at were Schwartz and Flick.
Yes, they were
thought
okay.
They looked the same as they did. Yeah. Ralphie looks like a cartoon. His head is oversized. It's just weird.
He can't help it.
We also come from a world where Pee-wee still looks like Pee-wee.
That's true. This is true.
They should have put some
but the plot
taped his face
some
back.
Scotch tape.
Yeah.
And made him look
horrible.
at least a little younger. He looks so old.
You had no love for the fact that it was essentially a tribute and a love letter to Darren McGavin, which was very
Who
nice.
is that?
The dad.
Darren McGavin was the original dad. And by the way, I showed a picture of Elizabeth taking the turkey out of our oven, and somebody did the best Photoshop in the world.
The Darren McGavin. That's who that is.
Coming.
Okay.
That's so fantastic.
I was like, who's that creep?
You'll get worms.
Book is his.
You'll get
Let me
worms.
pull that up here.
It was my. I don't know.
And then
I thought
but I didn't give you my. Hold on.
All right.
I'll let you do the counterpoint. I just got to give you my last piece of the puzzle. And I called this when you said it to start with. You can't put Julie Haggerty in anything anymore. You can't.
Okay.
Horrific. Scenery chewing. The whole thing when. The actress who played the original mom,
Melinda
who
Dillon.
is still, what is her name?
Melinda Dillon, I believe.
Melinda Dillon, who is retired from acting, I think in the 2000s, who was just delightfully quirky and underplayed. And you throw in the, they wrecked it.
Yeah.
Any chance it had of success was long gone. Horrible, terrible. Scott Farkas.
I will agree that the mother, it made me think of Airplane and Lost in America. I did have those flashbacks. However, I liked the family dynamic they set up. I liked the fact that it was a guy who was forced to recreate Christmas without realizing that he had that kind of pressure on him. I could have done without the overemphasized plot line of him having to get his book published. I thought that was weak. But the family element I liked. I liked that.
Right. Well,
and yes, your tear-jerking moment, it jerked my tears. It did.
God.
I can't explain it. And you know what?
Your dad knew he was going to die. Anyway, it was just
sober 8 months.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's not. I can't even blame that. I just it hit me right where it should. I guess. But
well, I just that
I
was
invite
a Rob
everyone to watch it and see what they think.
Decide for yourself.
Yeah.
Is that a cut on your hand?
Where?
On your
Yes.
Oh, where'd that?
When you
you're
cook,
carving the turkey?
no, this was a potato peeling cut.
Oh, those
Ooh,
are.
that
You know what?
sounds
Don't you think? Well, I suppose we have mechanical things, but I think we could invent something. I
Yeah.
peeled a few carrots on the holiday.
Mike, it's the same technology as the
Like this?
1800s.
By the way,
Right?
Jean-Pierre, my gravy sucked.
Yeah, I actually texted you about your gravy.
It sucked.
Apparently you had your gravy planned out days in advance. What happened?
It just sucked. It tasted like bland. It tasted bland. Not a lot of turkey flavor.
I mean, how did you? What was the process? Did you buy it in advance or
stock? Boiled the stuff.
Oh, okay.
And it just, I browned the, the turkey parts, and there just weren't enough of them because I couldn't at the store. I couldn't get extra turkey necks to.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, but I goosed it at the end. Yeah, like inside the turkey, when you buy a turkey, you find the gizzards, which is the neck and the liver and the heart. And I had a small bag of that, and then I needed extra to get the
just
flavor.
in case you get a flat.
That's a flat turkey?
Yeah.
The turkey is
You
flat.
throw that right in there.
Yeah.
So the last part, since Oscar brought it up, and I have to include this,
Please.
and Rob,
Yeah.
since you mentioned
This is my favorite
the
part.
sobriety, and a lot of people were asking about you, by the way, over the holiday, how you're doing. I said you're doing great.
Thank
That it's
you.
fantastic. I said he's doing wonderful. Frankly, I'm tired of hearing about it. But as we move
First
on,
major holiday
to the-
without drinking.
well, that and you know how to deal with that.
I mean, you've had 52 with, right?
51. I didn't drink so much the first 10.
Oh, okay.
That was
So I'm
my
not saying- I'm
daughter.
saying, you know,
Since you
us-
mentioned that, and I don't, you know what, Rob? I have to tell you something. You're not missing all that much. 'Cause
Yeah.
to
No,
be
I didn't-
honest
I
with
didn't
you,
miss
Drinking
out.
stinks.
No, I
it,
tell you,
it just, I don't. Every time I imbibe,
You regret it.
I like doing it. I'll still like doing it, but every time, just the day after is not worth it to feel even a little. You know, I have 2 drinks and I feel like crap the next day. I do. So.
Are the
Flash forward
drinks? Are the 2 drinks each 1 bottle of wine though?
That's a
That's
good
right,
call.
exactly. No, my
Cauldrons.
daughter, while she's struggling to be an actress out in Los Angeles, she auditioned for something recently on the CW too. I don't know what it was, but anyway, she's still out there, trying to get work. But she's working at a very high end restaurant bar operation in Hollywood, and she has become quite the mixologist. She's not just a bartender now. She's a craft cocktail bartender. She knows how to do
Nice.
it. And so 2 things happened. We went out to the booze store the week before Thanksgiving, and we go through. I said, I need you to look at my bar because I bought a piece of furniture last year that has a little bar. It's something I've always wanted, like an armoire with a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what I've always wanted. I have it in the room where this show used to emanate from.
What
and
is
it's,
what
terrific.
is the booze situation in Florida? You don't go to like an ABC store, do you? Because I know Costco has liquor down there.
No. In Florida, because I know a lot of people have different laws.
Yeah.
In Florida, you're allowed to roll bums on the street
Yeah.
and
Instead
take their
of
alcohol.
oranges, they sell booze at the corner of the road.
That's right.
Just pull over. He's got something. And it's, what is it? It's gin. Stop the car.
Yeah.
It's,
Look for it. It
it's
looks
fun.
like a big bottle of booze. It's a big comic that's next to the big orange. And then
Five
They
for
have
$3.
you can buy booze. They usually the Publix.
Yes.
Grocery store has a liquor store next door. Then we have the Total Wine.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have those down here.
7-Eleven.
And then
Does
we-
Total Wine have the hard stuff down there?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
ours do.
nice. That's nice.
So we went in there, and she's
Picked
getting
the
she's buying
wrong
me
time to quit.
all the different accoutrement that we have to stock the bar, like bitters and the type of vermouth that I should get, and this and that and this, and Amaro, which is an
Do
Italian
you get
thing
sweet
that they
or
use
dry
to,
vermouth or both?
I don't remember. But anyway, so it's very nice that she, and then
Did she
is-
get like citrus fruits and stuff like that for garnish?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let
does
him
it,
talk.
Does it open up into a larger
Let him
bar?
tell you.
He's uptight about the subject. That's
Yeah.
why he's interrupting
No, I'm
me
just excited.
regularly.
Well,
I'm
I
excited.
understand he's recovering.
Yeah.
Hugh
forgive me.
Jackman in the back of Vanity Fair, said, what's your pet peeve? And he said, people talking over other people. That's what he said. I'm just quoting Hugh Jackman. Anyway, moving right along. So what happened was she got all this stuff, and then she was slamming us with these beautiful craft cocktails. Variety of different things. Then we had a little wine with dinner, and then we might have had a little aperitif afterwards, a little Amaro after. So it's just this very nice, steady. And when it's steady, it's just it's wonderful. You have a nice little glow all day long. So the evening is wound down, and I've got an observation from the week of having my kids under one roof. I'm noticing that the men they're with. My daughter Elizabeth's Connor, and my Catherine's Dennis. They're just casual observances when they don't know I'm walking through or whatever. They're treating my daughters extremely well. I just see moments
nice.
where after a number of years, I'm seeing that, and I really like it. And I thought that it would be a good idea for me to say that, just to pass that
That's
along.
sweet.
Not doing the traditional, hey, you better put a ring on the finger. I'm not. I don't care. It's not my bag. Whatever you want to do. It's 2022. I run it by Carla. She says, yeah, that's a good idea. So the evening winds down, and I said, all right, I've got a little toast. I'd like to say to my daughters, one of the nicest things this Thanksgiving, something that I'm really thankful for, is the 2 men that you have in your life that treat you as well as they do. And I raise the glass, and it kind of lands flat. And I think the toast went something like this. Guys, if we can have just one toast, we didn't have the formal dinner, but can we have a little toast here? I'd like to raise my glasses. Can you raise your glasses to for everybody? One of the things I'm most thankful for this Thanksgiving is that not only are we all under the same roof, but it gives me a great deal of satisfaction to see these two wonderful men in your lives and how well they treat you, and I want to toast them. So cheers. That's what I thought I said. After the toast just laid there, I think I caught my wife at a moment, and I said, that toast, was that okay? I mean, I don't think I embarrassed anybody, did I? Was that okay? She said, yeah. I said, what's wrong? She said, well, I don't know. I said, well, no, tell me what's wrong. She said, well, it would have gone over better if you had done it when you were sober. So apparently, the toast, from what I gathered from my wife, sounded something like, let's raise our glasses.
Oh, no.
I want to just say I'm so glad everybody's here under the same roof. Just really, really glad I got these wonderful guys here. Cheers. And that's what she said. She said it was a... Yeah.
When your ship has come in.
So when I was giving this tear-jerking toast that I thought they would love, they're hearing... that's what they're hearing me do, and it's just, it was embarrassing.
He's going to turn.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that my wife gave me the warning after the Amaro. She said, that's it. And I listened now. Good. And I said, yeah. And I listened because the turn, he's going to turn. Yeah. He's going to turn. I damned if I was going to turn on Thanksgiving.
The last thing you wanted, Mike, is for you to come into the room and say, let me tell you something about the gravy. There's a simmer of turkey neck all goddamn day.
What a lovely plate. What a lovely plate on the middle of the cocktail table. So everybody wants to pick this up, or are we going to leave this house a mess? No. Everybody was so wonderful.
Cal, thanks for your floppy plates.
It was great, but I blew it.
I'm going to buy a table, and it's going to have leaves in it.
Whatever cash you have, throw on the table. I'm going to buy a leaf next year.
I'm going to buy a table tonight. We're going to Black Friday, and we're going to buy a table, and put a gravy on it.
We're going out.
You're nice to my daughter, and you're nice to my daughter.
TJ Maxx open late.
You got to go and get a Black Friday table.
You call this a pie?
Did you thank your wife for hosting and everything?
Well, I mean, probably not, because I was hosting as well. So I mean,
but you got to be gracious and say, I want to thank Carla for everything that she's done. And
well, I mean, Carla, let's see. I made the gravy. My daughter made the turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Carla made the stuffing.
Yes.
I think Carla made the green bean casserole. And Carla made my favorite, which is the cornbread souffle.
All right, team effort then. Team effort.
She did a lot.
So team effort. I probably should have been a little jet, but I was very sweet to her.
She did even more than Carrie did.
Carla is wearing, and all day I'm on this. Carla comes out wearing this, what color would it be? It's not really purple. It's just a lighter purple.
Violet?
It's like a violet.
Lavender?
A light violet jumpsuit thing. Really cottony and really
Hey, Jack.
And I just couldn't get over it. I mean, I'm like, it wasn't like a tight catsuity kind of thing, but it was this little jumper thing that I'm like, oh my God, that looks so.
Look at you.
So all day long, that was my thank you to my lovely bride. And then in the morning, they all wore their little. I know people say don't do this jive. Their little PJs that Carly gets for them. So but the week was fantastic. It's too short. It was too short. They all split on Friday. And they were all bummed out because you know what? I swear to God, don't leave on Sunday, folks. All right, my daughters left on Friday. They're home, snug as a bug in a rug. One of them on Friday night, the other one into. They both got home on Friday night. It was great.
But they get there on Wednesday and leave on Friday. It's so tight.
That is
no. They got let's see. Elizabeth got there on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And Catherine got there on Monday.
That's perfect.
I think Julia is still driving.
Yeah, it's the flight cancellations and all that, and
yeah.
we'll have a little bit of that. But listen, Thanksgiving pales in comparison to a major. This is a DC event that
This
we
is a
have.
blackout.
Huge, yes.
2022 blackout.
Is this because of the plane?
Because of the plane.
Let's take a break. When we come back, Oscar will tell the story of no fatalities, thank God.
Thank God.
The blackout. And apparently, the way it goes, the plane flew right into Oscar's house. We'll take a break, and Oscar will tell the story of the plane flying into his house when we come back.
The latest bonus show has something for everyone, from the Badlands to Thunder Road and on the streets of Philadelphia to Atlantic City.
I think I've got a lot of questions.
Okay, I got a lot of answers.
You cut the turkey without me?
Do you like rock and roll, lady?
Do you help Mrs. Carson prepare the turkey?
Just like you help Mrs. Severinsen prepare the turkey.
You make the turkeys? I thought God made the turkeys.
Oh my God, they're turkeys!
Were these turkeys born in the USA? Yeah, I had twins one time.
Give a gift of the bonus show to those who have a hungry heart for comedy. It shows that you have a human touch for laughs. Gift a subscription today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Thank God for that.
Here, sweet lady. Whether you're discovering new places around town or really going the distance, you can experience even more with an electric e-bike. The brand new electric XP 3.0 is designed to handle tougher terrain and longer trips while giving you their best ride yet. Right now, for a limited time, you can save up to $250 on their Cyber Monday bundle with the purchase of any 3.0 light or premium electric e-bike. But the offer ends on November 28th.
Which is today.
Wow.
That's today.
That's today.
Cyber Monday.
End of the
yes.
day.
That's why I would have said that, but that offer ends today.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we have a long tail. I want to make sure people knew if they got to know the
Monday.
date. Yeah.
That's tonight.
Tonight.
See, I didn't read ahead. You can go up to 45 miles on one charge and reach up to 28 miles per hour with the powerful. You do that on purpose.
No, I did not.
Up to 28 miles per
dare
hour
you.
with the powerful. Oh, Rob, with the powerful 500 watt motor, which is now quieter, with more torque for more power with less noise. Oscar, you love yours,
Yeah.
right?
It's
You do.
perfect for the city.
Yeah, for a long time.
Don't need to do parking. I can't go wrong. My brother actually picked up the new 3.0 himself.
Oh, cool.
Loves
Boston?
it. Loves it. Absolutely loves it.
Electric e-bikes are foldable, ship-free, fully assembled, which I love. You'll be on the road in no time. They include a removable battery, a bright LCD display, 7-speed gearing, and 5 levels of pedal assist to power your ride. It's their smoothest ride yet. Start your next adventure with the electric XP 3.0 today. Order right now.
Do it now.
And save up to $250 with a special Cyber Monday bundle. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com. All right, look, sometimes I come in here and there's a big story and I see Oscar sending us pictures of the plane and power lines and all this stuff going on. Major blackout last evening,
Last
right?
evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Last evening, after the holiday. Well, I'll let you take it from here because
Yeah.
you said you've got a hell of a story.
We
about it.
in the DC area, we're pretty lucky because even when there are bad storms, I think power outages last even during snowstorms. I think max in my lifetime, maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, nothing crazy.
They're pretty good about getting the
Yeah.
grid back up.
Usually, if there's a flicker, within 10 minutes, everything comes back up. So much so that, like years ago, my father was looking at one of those Generacs for a backup generator, and he's like, why would we spend $10,000 on something that the probability is slim to none?
Yeah.
In the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
And yesterday,
if you're going to spend that kind of money on a generator, just there, no casting aspersions on that fine company Generac. You might want to look at other options.
yeah, I mean, it was 10
not
grand.
that I have heard
it was
that,
10
right?
grand. 20 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know what it costs now.
Yeah, I don't know why I would say that. I might just know people that might have tried them.
Have you heard
Go
of the
ahead,
Tesla
Oscar.
Power?
They should have bought the Kirkland.
Have you heard of the Tesla Powerwall?
No,
Yeah, apparently it's a big battery for your house. My dad was talking about it last night. But either way.
kind of cool.
So
Yeah.
You have to make sure you put it in with the pointy side on the positive.
My mom has a bad back, so I'm racing off to around 5 o'clock. I'm racing to Home Depot. I'm at my parents' house all week. My brother came in town. He left on Sunday morning, Mike. He wanted to try and beat some of that traffic back to Boston with his fam. And
left Sunday morning?
Sunday morning.
You might want to leave Friday morning if you want to beat that traffic.
No, they flew. There was just
they flew.
No delays. No delays.
Okay, that makes sense. Better plan.
And they're like, okay, everything's fine. We were hoping to leave around, let's say, 6 o'clock last night, watch the World Cup games with my parents.
6 p.m.?
6 p.m. But my dad at the last minute said, your mom's back's pretty bad. Do you mind going to Home Depot and grabbing one of those, like, it's like these it's not permanent, but it's temporary supports for the toilet. You know, my parents are getting old. It's actually pretty sad to see happen. But
I know what you're talking about. When I had hip surgery, you get a little handles on the side to help you up and down.
Yeah. So I went to
Don't have to have surgery to use those.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you.
So
you got one in your house?
Every bathroom, Mike. You know what? The way I see it is if it makes something easier that's already an unpleasant experience to begin with,
there you go.
Why not a little helping hand?
Getting up and down.
That's right.
So my mom.
And yeah, it is going down too.
It says she doesn't need them. I know she does because I'm helping her up from the couch and walking her to her room.
Oh, so her back's really bugging.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I end up going to Home Depot, purchase everything we need. And as soon as I get to the house, I see all of the street lights in the neighborhood, including the lights at the home and our neighbor's home, all go out because it's already dark.
So is this when are you in your house yet? Your mom's house yet?
Parking in front of the driveway.
You're parking when you see boom.
You see everything go black.
Gone.
Wow.
Was that the video that you was it windy, by the way?
Yes.
Was it windy?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, this is weird. And this is where I usually say, okay, in 5 minutes, this will all come back up, and then I'll give everybody a high five, and then we'll put the toilets on, and then just roll out.
Right.
I'm already planning like an hour ahead that I'll be home, hopefully by 8 p.m.
Okay.
So we go in, and I don't know if your family has a plan, Rob and or Mike, like where your flashlights are, or where anything goes, or what happened.
Even down in Florida, my plan is get out of Dodge. That's what my plan is.
I got flashlights around. I know where they are.
Do you all have a portable generator that has like a battery, like a big bulky battery you can plug into in case of emergency or anything like that?
I should, but I don't. I don't have any of that.
Do not have that.
So my mom has all of this stuff.
Oh, a generator?
Because she not a generator, but
uninterruptible power supply.
A UPS that she bought from QVC 10 years ago. It's huge. I remember when the box came.
They weigh a lot.
Yeah, they're just massive, right?
What is it? It's like a battery?
It's just a battery where you can plug in a television. You can plug in enough stuff to keep you informed of what's going on in the world.
Okay.
Like, just for 8 hours. Nothing crazy.
Is it handy?
It's handy if you can find it.
That's what I meant, handy. It wasn't easy to find?
Mike.
And also it would have to have been plugged in advance, right?
Yeah, or they don't charge.
Correct.
Is it still in the box?
I asked my mom.
NIB, as they say, Mike. New in box.
The whole point of the thing is to connect it to AC so it powers up.
Saves that energy.
Charges.
My mom's in her bedroom upstairs, and she's in the dark.
In the dark.
We found candles because nobody can find the flashlights because they swear they put them somewhere. But
your dad's still there?
My dad's still there, but God bless my dad. He's used to telling people what to do. You know, so it's
he's supervising.
He's supervising.
Okay.
And my wife's there. The dog is like, I guess it's nap time, so he's sleeping.
Yeah, so he's okay.
And then,
but the rest of the house looks like you're having mass.
Yeah. So luckily, my mom's a candle lady, so she's got candles everywhere.
Candle lady.
So we light all the candles, and immediately, and I kid you not, and call me the Rube of Rubes. There was a good 3 minutes of freak out because I couldn't.
From you?
From me.
Okay.
After about 20 minutes where we could not get any signal on our cell phones.
Oh, wow.
And we could not get any internet on our cell phones, even off Wi-Fi.
Are you doing like an end of the world freak out
full
type of
prepper
thing?
mode at this point.
Are you thinking?
I'm like, we have to get in.
Putin's finally done it.
My dad said, I'm sure he's not going to care for this. He said, Los Rusos. As soon as,
the Russians.
The Russians. That's
Los
hysterical.
Russos.
as soon as he said Los Rusos, I said, the Russians? He goes, El Putin. And I said,
That's
and that
great.
had to freak you
that
out
freaked
more,
me out
right?
because it's still your dad and you forget that he's 80.
And he is a worldly
and
dude.
he's
Yes,
smart,
right?
right?
He
He's
is.
smart. He knows what's going on. I'm like, oh my God, Putin took the internet out in the grid. This is it. This is the EMP.
That's right. Because you know the Russians.
Russos.
The Russians have always targeted only Maryland.
Hey, we're the DMV.
He doesn't know that it's only Maryland.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
don't know. We
That's
don't
true.
know.
At that point,
We don't
yes.
know.
That's true.
And my dad's little crank radio that he has, like,
Yeah.
that you have to crank.
And it'll give you like 10,
Yeah, yeah,
10
yeah,
seconds
yeah.
of radio for
Have
an
you
hour
seen
of
these
cranking.
before?
What is he in Saving Private Ryan or
No, he
something like
has
that?
it
Same
with
technology. Same
He-
technology.
My dad brings out his Red Cross EMP bag. He pulls it out, and inside of it is a radio that's battery powered, and there's one that cranks.
Yeah. How much time has elapsed before you all are going into this full panic mode? You know, getting the gas
15
mask.
minutes.
Did you say gas masks?
Gas mask.
Yeah, got to get them out. The
So,
kind with the long pipe on the front.
My dad
Yeah.
in the back of his car has this bug out bag that I did not know was there. He goes,
Really?
He goes, and the Mercedes. So I ran out to the Mercedes. I grabbed the bag in the dark in the garage.
All right, you talking about a real like get out of Dodge bag crisis?
It's an emergency preparedness bag. It's got like gloves for like burn victims. It's got all kinds of stuff just in case, right?
Can of Spam.
So
15 minutes in. Los Russos, get the bug out bag.
Get the gloves.
I'm cranking this
Ancient looking.
this like radio to like start generating electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So because the more you crank it, the longer there's power, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get TOP. Like that's not coming through. So we're starting to freak out.
That's our local news station.
It's okay. If you had gotten it, it would just been a commercial anyway.
Right.
So I said, Dad, what are we doing here? This thing stinks. And I was like, I'm going to the Volvo. I just filled it up with gas. Thank God. I'm sure the radio works in there. And we can charge our stuff in the USB ports in the Volvo.
Okay.
So I go out there, and they're like, there are reports of an airplane striking.
How long did it take for you to get information when you got to the car? Did you wait a long time on
Every
TOP
10
for that?
minutes, they were giving you the information. And
So
this
they're
is-
doing their job.
They're doing their job, yes.
Got to give them kudos
Yes.
where, you know.
What was funny
that's rare for when there's a
Yes.
real need for that.
Well, this is what's funny. The guy comes and goes, I might have misunderestimated the amount of people without power.
That would be underestimated.
He said underestimated.
Right.
The anchor, the weekend anchor, by the way, right? So he's a weekend anchor. It's a Sunday. It's Thanksgiving
It wasn't
weekend.
Sean Anderson.
No, it wasn't like an A-lister. He was just trying, cut his teeth. And a bad shift.
I may have underestimated.
When I said there were 24 people out of power.
Yeah.
So
186,000 homes without power.
Ooh.
Have they immediately identified the cause?
And they said, we're getting reports of a small aircraft that is crashed into the main transformer, the Pepco transformer in Montgomery County, which is roughly 5 miles from my house. And
good job. That takes some doing to hit the main transformer.
It does. Planning.
To knock out a grid for a chunk of people that big.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I saw the pictures of the plane in the wires up in the telephone
The
pole.
two people inside the plane, both 65. The pilot 65. His bun next to him, different last name, 65. My first thing my wife said, she goes, I wonder if that is his wife. And I said, I don't think they care about that right now. They're alive. Leave it alone.
Yeah, but
That'll be the follow-up story.
Couple of my generation's people, you know?
Yeah. God bless
Probably a little, let's go fly with a 45-mile-an-hour crosswind. This won't be a problem. Or they're going home.
Coming back from White Plains, New York.
Have you ever been in an airplane, my dude?
So they're coming back?
They're coming back. They're flying back from White Plains, New York.
Two dudes.
No, a lady and a man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
a
they're
couple.
coming back from Thanksgiving.
And somehow, and for those of you that have seen what looks like these large transformers on any like open field, they wedge themselves in the middle of the transformer and are teetering and still alive inside the actual transformer.
Scary.
Yes.
two things come to mind is one, how are they alive? Thank God they made it. Two, within the news, we realized that it's going to be some time for power to come back on because they have to, one, get the tower company to come out and ground the tower to make sure that there's no more electricity going through it.
So that the people, after surviving a crash, don't turn into, pops.
Roast turkey.
Yeah.
Roast turkey.
Overdone, yeah.
And then...
It's Monday. Sorry about that.
And then, two, that then they have to secure the airplane to the tower before they can be rescued.
Yeah, otherwise they could loosen it and it would fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since it's the D.C. area, you have to make sure you get every possible law enforcement operation out there with 45 people, and they have to park their cars so they can talk to their buddies and watch.
True. So, at this point, my mom says, you guys have to work. Can you please install the toilets and then go?
What?
Like, we had to work today.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were saying you had to go to work now on the toilet.
So I'm on... My dad's got a flashlight. I'm installing these handicapped toilets and the 3 toilets that they use. And my dad's there, and he's like, talking about the grid. And he goes, it could have been Putin. We start talking about these other things. And then we finally get the final toilet done next to my mom's room in her main bedroom. And you know what you do if you've ever put these in, and God bless you if you have, because you're doing the Lord's work.
Right.
You have to... You have to test them. You have to test them out and make sure they're sturdy because once the firm
they basically replace the original seat.
Correct. Yeah, but you want to make sure the weight there, and the weight limit's 300 pounds. By the way, didn't know that. And
you could have called.
It's tough to do in the dark, though.
It's tough to do in the dark.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they have these little flashlights, little ones.
Like pen lights, they call
crazy.
them. Yeah.
And so we're done, and my wife's, doing what she does best is just laying in a room with the dog, pretending like nothing's going on. So then we say, hey, we call my mom over to test the toilet after we've tested them to make sure she could use it. My mom, I kid you not. My dad are in there with 2 little flashlights. So we're like, hey, Mom, can you test the toilet? She goes, thank you so much, gracias por todo, qué buen hijos me ayudaste, blah, blah, blah. Gracias a Dios. And she drops trowel and starts going number 1 right in front of us.
Oh.
And we're like,
oh, no.
Well,
we're like, Mom,
you really want to test it?
I was like, Mom, no, he goes, you told me to test it.
Yeah. That's funny. They did not mention that on WTOP.
God bless her.
So
I love her.
I draw my flashlight and scurry out.
I guess
don't
you
need
do.
to see that.
To the car, right?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you guys call. Hopefully this comes back sooner than later.
Sayonara.
We gotta go. I've done my job. God bless.
And how long before the power came back?
Power came back around 3 a.m. God bless him.
Well, God bless him, and you made it home safely and all that.
Made it home safely.
Oh my God, GP in front of you. You said test it, son.
Yeah,
I love that.
Works well.
Oh my God.
I'm
Happy
glad you weren't
Thanksgiving
around
weekend, everybody.
Glad you weren't around for phase 2 of the test.
Got the homepage coming up next. And Rob goes to a hockey game. More fun, more thrills coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show.
The dog's a ball sniffer because the dog was sniffing Michael's balls.
Yeah, but it's fine for you to go into the bathroom and make sure he washes his balls.
We don't have the balls context.
No, we don't have
The balls context is make sure you wash your butt, make sure you wash your
balls.
Does she remind you too?
Make sure you get all your cracks.
That's right.
Make sure you wash your
balls.
Make sure you wash your butt.
Make sure you get all your cracks.
That's right.
The O'Mara Ball Wash. Great on the golf course and a lifesaver in the home. For more squeaky clean fun, get a subscription to the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and be in the know with the TMOS Bonus Show.
O'Mara Ball Wash, yeah.
For those of you that might not know, we offered our bonus show for Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving holiday for free. So if you want to check out what a bonus show sounds like, we had a good time calling the Butterball Turkey Hotline and a lot more fun and thrills. Welcome back to the show. Your cold weather routines are in full swing and your schedule is getting busier, but that's okay because Freshly is here to help. Let Freshly take care of your weekly meal prep with satisfying dishes delivered straight to your door. Yeah, little buddy. Get started today, and you'll get $140 off your first 5 orders. That's over a month of nutritiously portioned meals, all without the shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleanup. Freshly fits your lifestyle with plans tailored to every dietary preference. Choose from their signature collection or try their many gluten-free, dairy-free, and plant-based options, as well as carb and calorie-conscious favorites. Oscar loves Freshly. He's loving the protein-packed chicken parm. Oh, my God. Who doesn't love chicken
I love chicken
parm? So good. It's ready in 3 minutes. Revamp your routine this fall with Freshly and save now for a limited time. Order today and get $140 off your first 5 orders at freshly.com/TMOS. That's freshly.com/TMOS for $140 off your first 5 orders. Freshly.com/TMOS. $140 off your first 5 orders if you didn't hear me the first 2 times.
From the 4 corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and we played it earlier, but I have to play it again for you. We start with Korean actor Oh Young-soo. He won a Golden Globe. Turn that off. I hate that. He won a Golden Globe for Squid Game, and he was player 001. The kindly old man, remember that, who was secretly behind the whole thing? Well, here's another big reveal. He also doesn't respect a woman's boundaries, allegedly.
Dear.
Yeah. He's been indicted in South Korea for inappropriately touching a woman multiple times a few years ago. He's an old dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like a really old dude. He denies it. He says he only held the woman's hand once, and he apologized. Oh, God. But he's not admitting to any wrongdoing. Oh Young-soo turned 78 last month. I would think he was older than that.
I would
on,
too. Yeah.
What he looked like.
He only held her hand, Mike.
He only held her hand, according to Oh Young-soo.
You know, Oh Young-soo looked younger than Ralphie in that movie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that much.
Didn't look as scary as Ralphie. What's that say about
Ralphie's never been arrested.
Okay, Oscar. Weeks after sparking romance rumors, Pete Davidson and Emily Ratajkowski attended an NBA game. He has the same. It's the playbook, right? It's the playbook between the Memphis Grizzlies and Knicks on November 27th at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Saw a picture of them together. She's laughing. He's being super charmer. All the attention.
He swore he only held her hand once.
An insider said it's a chill relationship so far. No pressure to make it exclusive, but she really digs him. Of course she does.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
There he is.
He's sort of dreamy.
Get in line.
Yeah. I don't. Thank you. All right. The holiday pie is back at Mickey D.
Yay!
The fan favorite seasonal dessert features a creamy and smooth vanilla custard filling inside a flaky. Why am I turning into Jim Amato? Inside a flaky turnover style buttery crust glazed with sugar and topped with rainbow sprinkles.
Whose favorite is that?
I might have to try that. I've never had it before.
I've had it. It ain't all that.
Really?
Have you really had it?
Sure.
Really? And was it? Don't say like I know.
Like we're the jerks for not knowing.
No,
I mean,
I've had
really?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm anti-McDonald's pie since they stopped frying them.
Do they bake this one?
I believe this is a baked one with a glazed thing. It's almost like it has a Pop-Tart-like feel, as I recall.
Really?
And then with a creamy center. If you want a pie, get the apple pie at Popeyes. That's your smart money.
And don't eat pumpkin pie. Sorry. My daughter made like this incredibly special recipe for pumpkin pie. It's still pumpkin pie.
I like pumpkin pie. Why don't you like it?
I don't like pumpkin pie. I'm tired of the whole pumpkin spice crap.
Well, that's
Get tired of
true.
that.
That's true. But this sort of predates it. It's classic.
It's not pumpkin. It has nothing pumpkin. Pumpkin's just this gooey mass.
Well,
of
all squash,
gross
Mike.
guts.
Squash is just, it tastes like what you cook it with. That's always been the case.
Nasty. But anyway, if you want it, it'll be available nationwide starting in December of 2022. I'd sure like to try one. I might try one on the show as we get close to the holiday.
Yeah,
just for fun.
Let's
Can we have a
coordinate.
taste test?
We have
maybe?
one downstairs.
Yeah,
I think
let's do that. We haven't done a good old-fashioned taste test.
Mike, there's a McDonald's in this building downstairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's the one that
December,
Oscar got on the PA system at.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll do a taste test. I like that. Bob Dylan apologized to fans who paid $600 for limited edition copies of his latest book. This one's for you, Rob.
I love it.
Only to discover the signature inscribed on them had been done using an AutoPad.
Oh!
Publishers Simon & Schuster offered 900 copies of the Philosophy of Modern Song, complete with the author's autograph. And here's what Dylan said. In 2019, I had a bad case of vertigo.
What?
And it continued into the pandemic years. It takes a crew of 5 working in close quarters with blah, blah. He's explaining why he didn't sign it.
Yeah.
He said, contractual deadlines approached the auto pen was suggested, and I went along with it. Hey, my deepest regrets, Bob Dylan. Whoa.
And then he went on to say,
how many books can a man sign with a machine that's faking it? We had one at WJFK.
Washington's alternative newspaper, the Washington Post. Yeah.
We were DJs, so we were all fascinated by it. We'd walk by it. What's that? It's an auto pen. What's it do? Signs the name. Do it the old-fashioned way. Get a trusted associate if you have multiple things to sign, and have that trusted associate sign your name if he can do a reasonable facsimile. Although I've never really thought yours was perfect.
It's
I thought
never
you did
been
a better
perfect.
one.
No.
Better for the other guy, I thought.
Really?
Much better, yeah. Mine
The
was
third
always
guy
a little-
was the easiest.
Let's move on.
no.
Sally. All right, I watched this video. A selfish couple forced an entire Frontier Airlines flight to disembark after they rushed aboard the plane without proper boarding passes.
Oh, dear.
People are a-holes, pure and simple. Then they screamed at crew members who tried to stop them, according to a witness. I saw these two idiots. We're tired, one of them can be heard yelling Tuesday, according to the footage. The couple allegedly slipped onto the plane in Denver to avoid paying an extra fee for baggage, then refused to leave the flight that was going to Dallas. When cops arrived, they really started screaming about how they bought tickets like y'all, and y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all,
How old did they appear
y'all.
to be?
Probably 20s, 30s, something like that.
Horrible.
The footage was first posted on TikTok, but was later removed. Frontier Airlines didn't immediately return a request for comment Friday. These are two jerks that are responsible for the whole plane having to get off.
Yeah, and they claimed they were tired, which is amazing because no one's ever tired when you're traveling on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah,
they were the two people that were tired.
Exactly. You should have said that to him. You should have been on that plane. Finally, a little something. A 12-year-old boy in Southern California called 911 when his father was drunkenly driving him from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. It's a long haul. On the call, he said, I need help. My dad is trying to take me to Vegas. He's acting weird. This happened back in October, but the call was just released. Thankfully, the authorities were able to figure out where they were and stop the dad before anything was, hit or hurt. They even asked the boy to wave his arm out the window to find the right car. Way to go, son. Good job. The boy's father was arrested, faces charges that include DUI, child abuse. It sounds like he was lit when he was driving because he was, a little clue from the officers. This will do it every time. Because he was also wearing a Las Vegas Raiders football helmet at the time. Yeah, see? I'm just reading it like a normal story, and then you get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Please remember, if you're going to drive drunk with your kids in the car, you can't wear your favorite team's football helmet, okay? Thank you. Remember all the time.
Am I
Imagine
the only one, Mike, picturing it as slightly too small?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
really
collector's
tight,
item?
Yes.
with his cheeks jammed up about it, and the cop comes up to the corner, and he's like, what's the problem?
Is there a problem, officer?
Yeah, looks
Go
like a fat guy
Raiders.
with a helmet on. Yeah.
Go Raiders!
Yes, absolutely. We'll be right back with more stuff right here.
Hey gang, it's Twitch in the kitchen. Now that it's full-on fruitcake season, we're gearing up in the TMOS commercial bakery to start cranking out these delicious Robb Spiewak signature fruitcakes. And today I want to introduce you to our newest TMOS Keebler elf that'll be helping us do all the baking in the big hollowed-out oak tree. It's legendary AC/DC lead guitarist Angus Young. Angus brings that great rock star energy to the kitchen that'll really help us crank out these incredible fruitcakes this year.
Ooh, baby!
Problem is, Angus is only about 3.5 feet tall, and Rob's already stepped on him 4 times.
I got 9 lives!
More brown sugar, Angus!
Yeah!
Pals, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and order your fruitcake today. They're only available for a limited time, so get them now or you'll miss out for another entire year. Rob, you're standing on Angus again.
5 days, Mike. 5 days left to order, and that's it.
5 days to get your fruitcake, everybody.
5 days.
5 days. Hey, listen up. As the inflation numbers go, so do mortgage interest rates. The recent dip in inflation saw mortgage rates go down as well. See how that works. But what does this mean to you? Well, according to my friend Mark Livingstone at Cornerstone First Financial, this is a great time to buy a home. This higher rate environment has led to less competition for buyers and better deals now versus last year. It's good news, especially if you live down here. But it's weird down here. Wherever you are in the home buying process, you need the experts at Cornerstone First Financial to help you navigate the housing market. Plus, history proves home prices will hold and ultimately increase through and after recessions. Call now to check out what these guys can do for you because they are the best. Whether it's a purchase or a refinance, call Cornerstone First Financial and do it today. The #1 rated mortgage company of all TMOS listeners, 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. Rob Spiewak also had a Thanksgiving weekend. How was it? It's always good with you. It always seems
It
to
was
be.
very, very nice. As a matter of fact, Robert was as social as he gets, which was very, very cool to have him. I mean, he wasn't just hiding in his room playing Xbox. He came down and visited with every one of us.
That's sweet.
That's a high bar.
It was, well, I mean, it's better, Mike. Baby stepping. Baby stepping.
I know. Well, how old is he now?
He'll be 20. He just turned 20, as a matter of fact. Just turned 20. Yeah.
He's still kind of a kid.
And but
but it's fun to watch. Can I just say this?
Yeah.
I've been there. I've lived that, okay? So I know what you're dealing with. And it's fun to watch that. Hopefully, I wish for you what I have now. It's the slow change and of the kids just
becoming adults.
It's the transition, man, and he's not ready for it yet. I get that. He's still in college, and it's great to watch, and I think it'll change for you
I hope so.
as well. By the time,
still great time with him, and Julia is just awesome, but everyone knows this. First time that I spent any extended time with the boyfriend, Jack, and he's cool.
Jack!
And my mom actually called me after Thanksgiving dinner, after I drove her home and dropped her and visited a little bit and came back, and she called me and she said, "You know what?" I said, "What?" She said, "I really like Jack. He's good."
Isn't that a great feeling?
It's a great feeling. It's really good.
There's nothing like it. I mean, it really is nothing. And we don't talk about it a lot, but when you have kids and they get older and you get beyond the whole high school sweetheart type of stuff, and you see people that they're hanging with that, where it might be more serious. You never know.
You never do.
Relationships in college don't necessarily translate. But when you see it, it's peace of mind like I've never had. I like seeing my daughters with guys I like.
Yeah, he was funny. He was polite. He was helpful with dishes and all that good stuff. And he actually said, "I don't know how I'm going to bond with Robert." And this was one great moment is that he said, I could ask him to play some basketball before dinner. And I said, that'd be great. But then we all together, me and Carrie and Jack and Julia, all came up with our impression of Robert, which is, I guess. Do you want to play basketball?
How is Robert?
Robert is good.
Okay?
Robert is good. As a matter of fact, he is. Yeah, he had he went to the doctor while he was home, got a clean bill of health. He battled strep throat. Of course, a college campus is just a petri dish. So he came home and got himself feeling better.
Any other problems?
No other problems. No
social diseases.
None social diseases. And his girlfriend stayed up until the last minute. She couldn't do Thanksgiving with us.
He will grow up. He will grow up. That makes me laugh. I guess. But like how would that be used?
Okay.
If what would you ask him that would elicit
This is it in its natural habitat. Robert, there's a little while before dinner. Do you want to go shoot some hoops? I guess. So that's what's going on. So then, but Friday after Thanksgiving.
Do you ever call him out on it a little bit?
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah.
Right.
But Friday after Thanksgiving, Robert had been home for over a week at that point, and one of his friends has a lake house, and their parents were doing a Friendsgiving type thing. So Thanksgiving night, he went with 4 of his buddies down to that house to watch some World Cup and hang out. And so the next day, it was just me and Carrie, Julia, and Jack. And Carrie had the idea. She bought 4 tickets to go see the Capitals play. They had an afternoon game, 2:00. And it was perfect. It was
love that.
It was so great. And we got there, and our seats were not in the back row. They were in the second to back row.
Oh, you were in nosebleed.
Yeah. But you know what?
Bless her heart. She didn't know what?
That. In that arena, those are still not bad seats. I mean, it was okay. We were right behind the goal. And
with hockey, you know, people think down on the ice, with hockey,
you got to be up a little bit.
You start at the middle part of the lower section, which is pretty much perfect. But then, especially in that arena, Oscar and I have been up there in the twos or something like that, you know, where you have that little balcony. And you go up higher and you get to see the game.
It was a blast. I got to see Goat, hi to William Stillwell, who was kind enough to come out and meet me between
Was he
periods.
there with Jabari Brown?
He was not there with Jabari Brown, but he did. There was someone who came out that I hadn't talked to in a long time and actually came out to say hi. I was so thrilled. Olympian Michael Weiss was there. And remembered from
we used
the
to
show.
Have him on the show.
Yeah, so he came out.
Tremendous figure skater.
So cool to talk to him.
And a hockey player when he was a kid.
So that was a lot of fun. But I think my highlight of the game is I was seated between Carrie and Jack. And Jack enjoyed the game and enjoyed the spectacle of the whole thing. He hadn't been to a hockey game in many years. But boy, he loved watching Slapshot the mascot because that's what he does. And he was like,
that's right. So he's watching a real, pro-level guy.
He said, look at his moves. They're great. He's dancing when he doesn't need to be dancing. You see him down there with the Mighty Mites? Because, they do the mini mite hockey between periods.
Yeah. He's analyzing the mascot.
He says, look at him. He's high energy even when he doesn't need to be. And then we're in the middle of the third period, and there was a shutout. It was 3-0 Cap. So it was fun. They never were in any danger of losing. And then he goes, hey, look. I'm like, what? He says, there's Slapshot, and he's got a bass drum. Boom, 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 boom. And also, a
man can dream.
And he was all into it. He said, you know what? I said, what? He said, Nutsy could have a bass drum, but Nutsy, I got an idea from your house. I said, what? He said, Nutsy should have a gong.
Oh,
yes.
I said, that's strong. That's a good idea. And then he said, shut up. There's the cow. I found the Chick-fil-A cow. There's the cow. There's the cow. But
was he doing it as shtick a little bit, which was
no, he was really into it.
He was way into it, and he really wanted to meet. He's disappointed that Slapshot doesn't make it up to the 400s.
Yeah. Nobody wants to go that aerobic, to get up at that part. But that's great. I like the guy already.
It was a fun afternoon. And then we went out for Chinese, and he paid, which was huge.
That's nice.
So
did you go to our favorite place?
We tried. We got there at 6:00 after the game, and they said,
on what day? What day was this?
This was Friday. And we got there at 6:00, a little before 6 actually. And they said, we can probably seat you at about 8.
That's too bad.
And
that
I
place
said,
is jumping.
Yeah. And so I said, Jack, we'll take you there eventually when we can get a reservation.
What's the audible?
The audible is there's a decent
Panda Express, bitches.
I can't top that.
There you go. We got to take a break.
There's Slapshot. There he is. Look at him. He's dancing. He doesn't need to be dancing. That's strong.
Tomorrow, you're going to be happy to hear this on the show. I would like to do a segment on the World Cup.
Yes.
Because you will be very happy to know. All in.
Oh, good for
Probably
you.
watched 4 games. Yeah, we'll be right back.
All right, class, settle down. It's story time. Today I'm going to read you the story of The Hungry Bolivian by Amy Tinker. Oscar was a very hungry Bolivian. He was so hungry that on Monday he ate
Bang Bang chicken wrap,
3 soft tacos,
grapes and granola,
green bean casserole.
I got the gobbler bowl.
And then on Tuesday he had
Taco Bell, bean burrito,
Fanta,
fufu berry.
May I just set the table?
Burrito and chips.
Vegan cinnamon roll.
Chipotle Mexican grill.
Wednesday and Thursday he was still hungry because he's never ever full.
I'm never
ever full.
So he ate
pineapple cream,
stuffing,
watermelon soda,
Snacks.
I bit my tongue,
Pure cane sugar.
extra sour black cherry.
I can't wait.
If you're hungry for laughs, get a delicious subscription to the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Click the link at Mike O'Mara Show today, and bon appetit,
I'm
ass.
still hungry.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I'm reading my roast date on my coffee here. It was.
I bet it smells sensational.
This was roasted in November, and it is so yummy. The holidays are approaching, so it's time to start thinking about what you're going to give your loved ones. So look no further than this: Trade Coffee, personalized coffee subscription from Trade Coffee. Coffee is a wonderful thing to give because it keeps on giving. The Trade subscription does.
Yes.
Trade Coffee, a coffee subscription service that makes it simple to discover new coffees and make your best cup of joe at home every day. And I love smelling it while I'm doing this commercial. Oh, yeah. Trade partners with the nation's top-rated independent roasters to send you coffee that they know you're going to love, fresh to your home and on your preferred schedule. It's the perfect gift for loved ones. Trade makes it easy with their digital gifting options for last-minute shoppers or their coffee and equipment bundles for something under the tree. Right now, I'm drinking this, Kickstart, a dark roasted full-bodied brew with notes of brown sugar and dark chocolate. I love it. You will too. Treat yourself. You can get anything you want. Treat yourself or the coffee lover in your life with Trade Coffee right now. Trade is offering our listeners a total of $30 off a subscription and access to limited-time holiday specials at drinktrade.com/TMOS. That's drinktrade.com/TMOS for $30 off. Remember, drinktrade.com/TMOS. And before we get to Soundtown, I want to remind you that Cyber Monday is also being enjoyed by my lovely bride today. So make sure you check out dermglowskin.com and pick up the specially sale-priced Mike's Big Package. You'll love it. It's got great stuff in there. Mike's Big Package. We couldn't use the name Pete Davidson's Big Package, so we went with Dermglowskin's Mike's Big Package. Thank you. Hit the sounder.
Sound.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
Both whistled rearing their head today, and I don't think forced.
Well,
I thought they were both well used.
Timely.
Perfect.
Mike, do you know what today is? It's Cyber Monday, of course, but it's also Throwaway Day.
Okay.
Throwaway day.
Throwaway Day is when you have to get rid of all your leftovers.
Ooh, it's been sitting way too long. It smells so wrong. Don't want to get another case of salmonella.
So that turkey, even if it looks okay, throw it away tonight because it's been 4 or 5 days and you need to get it out of there. Lest you get sick. Yeah.
My mother-in-law said, you got to throw it out after 3 days. And I really wanted to do, then a dumb one sing, and along comes Debbie Downer. But she's right?
Yeah, well, you can also...
What if it's refrigerated?
Well, it's refrigerated, but still, trace amounts can happen after 4 days. I'm going to freeze mine and then use it for soup because the boiling, of course, in the soup will kill the salmonella.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. But
okay,
Mike,
you go for it, Alton.
Get rid of the yams. Lose those yams.
I hate yams anyway.
I went, we had the most expensive. We had the most expensive yam dish this year because I had to use vegan marshmallows on them.
Gross.
It sounds awful.
It was not bad.
But it wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
Thank you.
Mike, sad, right? This one caught me by surprise. 2 reasons. I didn't know she was sick, and I thought she might have been a little older. Irene Cara passed at age 63 over the holidays.
Look, I'm like everybody. Fame.
Yeah.
What a feeling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Flashdance.
2 Oscars.
Not a lot of hits, but the iconic hits. Hey, I did dives because I was curious because she's from that era, and I never got any info. You're telling me you found out what she was ill?
I didn't know any sort of information leading up to it. I just assumed she was sick.
Wait,
but there was no.
What do you know now?
There was very little.
Yeah,
said.
well, then why did you say you didn't know she was sick?
Because sometimes you get news leading up to say, she is not well or something like that. It was just out of the blue is what I meant. There was nothing.
I mean, she could have been hit by, that plane.
This is true, but I don't think she was.
I'm not trying to be silly. I'm trying to say that I thought you knew something.
No,
when
no,
you
no.
said you
The way
didn't
you
know
said it meant it
there
like
is
you
no
knew something.
information that she's been sick.
Ill-chosen words. What I meant is it was unexpected
Oh,
and out of
Rob.
the blue.
Rob.
Rob. But anyway,
So we don't know how why she passed.
No, but
at
I do know.
63, and it's kind of sensitive to me because it's my age.
I do know that she has been in the business for 55 years. She got her start as a kid, so we wish her safe home.
Somebody look it up. See
I'm
if
looking
there's
right
any
now.
more information. Probably not.
Mike, in Atlanta, a woman done give birth in a McDonald's.
Okay.
And she was in the bathroom. Here is the mother and the manager, and they'll also reveal what the nickname of the baby is. Of the baby.
I went into the bathroom. I used it. My water broke immediately. The lady came in. She was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I'm in labor."
I thought they was joking. I opened and she was on this toilet laid back, screaming. Then I knew to tell my crew, we're having a baby today.
I had one worker on this hand, one worker on this hand. I think I bit her. I didn't mean to.
It was me. But I'm okay. She didn't break my skin.
She had a nickname before she even left McDonald's.
That's her nickname, McDonald Little Nugget.
It's Nugget, Mike. Little baby Nugget.
Cause of death unknown.
And Mike,
no information on Irene Cara.
The last time we had a birth at my McDonald's, they asked me to pull through and wait. I don't know what I mean.
Last time we had a birth at my McDonald's when I stopped off on a long road trip.
Was it near south of the border?
Yeah, then they called SWAT because I said I'm going to drop a bomb in here. I don't know.
I love this. This is a TikTok video that went viral, and this is I love this because this is something I would do. A lady sent her husband out to buy Parmesan cheese.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't reach her for more details. He made the executive decision, and he ended up buying a lot of cheese.
Why would you buy that much cheese?
A huge wheel.
I was trying to FaceTime you, and you wouldn't answer the phone, so I made an executive decision. I saw something labeled at a price, and I bought.
And how much did you pay for that?
Approximately $10.44.
And how many pounds of cheese is
Probably
that?
like 20.
And what are we going to do?
No clue.
Now they put it on a scale, Mike. They put it on a scale.
That's a good price for the whole wheel.
A pound.
44 pounds of cheese?
It was on sale.
He bought 44 pounds of cheese at $10 and change a pound. That was nearly
$400.
Yes, $440.
Oh my God!
Never mind.
Yeah.
But that makes it better because he did buy the whole wheel.
Yeah, I mean,
I have always been fascinated by those wheels. By the way,
Yes.
those giant
I didn't
wheels
know
of
people
Parmesan.
bought them. I thought they would cut
you
them.
can't. Well, you see them like in the grocery
Yeah.
store. They'll have a
I thought
chunk
they were like
taken out.
decorative. That no one's going to buy
Yeah,
that.
take a big chunk out. It looks like a Pac-Man.
Yeah.
A big cheesy Pac-Man.
$500. He really is an idiot. That's great.
He really is an idiot.
He is, absolutely.
And Mike, I thought of this when I saw this on Instagram because the groom is Scottish. And we'll close with this. This is at his own wedding, talking about the first kiss he had with his wife. They've just been married, and I think you'll appreciate this story.
Although she'll deny it to this day, she said to me, "Why don't you take my number and we can meet up another time?" a bit thirsty, if you ask me. But I was so out of practice that I didn't even take her number and instead went outside to get us a couple of drinks. Went back outside to give her the drinks, only to find her snogging another guy.
Snogging means kissing, just so you know.
She was snogging another guy?
Snogging another guy, and the time it took him to go get drinks.
I just downed the 2 drinks and went back on the dance floor.
He downed the 2 drinks?
Left Katie to kiss some other guy. And still to this day, I'm pretty nervous to go to the bar and leave her unattended.
Pretty good wedding, Mike. That's all I got, everybody.
That's funny. I love that intensity. Why isn't that playing? What the hell's wrong? Where's my theme?
Do you need it?
No, I don't. I'm going to fix this. God,
Okay.
I'm really depressed. All right, let me see if this is... All right. Oh, I know. You know what? You know what does it every time?
What?
You turn up the volume. That's
Oh,
that'll
there's
help.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to mix on my soundboard, my crappy little soundboard. But that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Were you snogging
hey,
another guy?
Is it snogging?
SONGGIN, I think. Snogging.
Might have to steal that one. We got to get out of here. We'll be back with a brand new show tomorrow. World Cup fever.
Oh, woo.
Only 2 things I know. Messi is a legend.
God.
U.S. Tall order.
Tomorrow.
If they advance, they should probably have a pretty good time against Iran, I would think. And Ronaldo is a dick. Those are that's up. Found
Pretty
that
good.
out watching
Pretty
soccer
good.
with Connor.
Do they have mascots?
Not that I saw.
Then I'm right out.
But they like to slide on their knees.
Yes.
So tomorrow it's World Cup, USA versus Iran, and we're going to tell Oscar, get ready.
I'm ready.
This is going to be a full your sport that you love so
I've
bad.
got all the groups. I've got all the standings.
Do the. I tell you, I'm digging it. I don't know where it happened, but suddenly I've become a soccer fan. I like it. I watch whole games.
And in 4K.
In
Look
4K, that don't hurt. We'll see you tomorrow for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Mike O'Mara saying, so long, everybody. Don't pee on the giant toilet.
I guess.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.